All right, here's our next project. It's called Big, Bold, Beautiful F Things, and I'm going to explain what that is. First of all, we're going to be doing a painting in acrylics, and the three things they have to be. Number one, it's got to be big. Okay, so the painting's going to be not a huge painting. It's going to be 12 by 16, but I want the subject to fill up that space. Nothing small and tiny. It's got to be bold, something that grabs your attention. And last, beautiful. If you notice, the word beautiful is in multiple colors, which means it's got to be colorful. Lots of colors in there. And I don't mean you have your color in the rainbow, but it's got to be something big, bold, and colorful. F things, what does that mean? Okay, number one, flowers. So you can have a painting that looks, can't see that very well. Flowers are a great subject, okay? Another subject, frogs. Okay, tree frogs, very colorful, okay? 3, fish, okay? Colorful tropical fish or any other kind of fish, but something very colorful. And number 4 is food, okay? So one of those 4 subjects, you're gonna find one of those. And just really quick, just give you some examples. So big, bold, beautiful, look at that, flowers. This is done by an artist named Georgia O'Keeffe. She loves color. So if you like color and you want your project to be bold and colorful, pick something that's bold and colorful and large and fill up that frame, okay? Here's that one I showed you earlier, big, bold, colorful, okay? This one's big and bold, little boring of just being in the center. Like I love the background on this. Look at all the color in that background, but it's still a good design in that we have, like up here, there's turquoise and a little turquoise in the leaf. So it's still a balanced, design-wise, it's a good balanced picture, okay? So large flowers, okay? Now, something like this, no. Too many little flowers. I want something big and bold. This is out of the question, okay? Something like this, out of the question, okay? Something like this, too simple, too contrived. It looks like a design rather than a painting, out of the question, okay? This one, what's wrong with that one? Well, it's too plain, too boring, and too flat. So pick an exciting subject that's big. That's if you're doing flowers, okay? Fish. Tropical fish are great because they're colorful, okay? But they don't have to be tropical fish, and you can do them in multiple colors. So we've got this huge fish here. Look at this. Isn't that cool? This is a lake, a trout of some sort, maybe a rainbow trout. But look at all the colors on that. Look at that close up. So you're going to need some visual references for these pictures, okay? This picture's done really well. It looks like watercolors, but there's a couple things. It's too plain. You got the fish just straight from the side. There's no background and it's kind of flat. The painting's not bad, but I don't want anything that looks, this looks more like a drawing, that painting that would be made for like a book that has illustrations of fish and what types of species they are and things like that, okay? Obviously nothing like this that looks like something a 4th grader would do. Cartoons out of the question. This one's clever, but I don't want you to do the design. I want you to do a painting, you know. This one here, obviously maybe there's a 5th grader did this one. So nothing like that. Frogs, great subjects, okay? Now you might see a frog and say, I really like that frog, but I really like the way this artist did the background. So there's nothing wrong with finding the way another artist paints and kind of copying their style, but you still have to apply it to your own subject, okay? So there's some pretty cool paintings here. This one isn't bad, but once again, I don't want a flat background. I want you to do some color in the background so it looks like he's in an environment, or at least any color, but not a flat background, okay? What's wrong with this one? Well, it's plagiarism, okay? So if you were to do something like this, well, that's someone else's creation. Someone else invented that little character, and you'd be just using somebody else's idea. So you can't do that. Even though I do like this painting, I think it's really cool, but it's not yours, okay? Food, there's lots of colorful food, okay, that you could take pictures of or find pictures of online. And I love this one. It's simple. It's got a simple elegance to it, these carrots all tied up. And this might be more appealing as a gift for somebody. Let's say your mom or your brother wants to have something like this in their house or their apartment. And that might be a really beautiful painting. It's simple, but yet I think beautiful. Just like this and just like these, okay? So your subject's gonna be 12 by 16. It can be horizontal or vertical, but you need to come up with the subject. It has to be an original idea, but obviously you can use as many pictures as you want as visual references to paint this, okay? Next, if you're using Photoshop when you're setting this up, this is what I would do. I would go File and New. I would open up a new picture and, nope, File New. And then when this comes over here, I would set this up as 12 by 16 inches. Now you could go width of 16 and height of 12, so it'd be a horizontal picture, or vertical, and then you're gonna go create. Then what you could do is you could bring your visual references in there. So we're not doing a cat, but let's just say I was. I'm just gonna go File, Place, Embedded, okay? And then you pick out your subject that you've saved from wherever it is, okay? I'm just going on my thing, and I happen to find this cat here. Now, right now, he's too small. So I would grab that cat and say, how is he gonna look in that frame? So decide what you're gonna do, okay? And you could decide, okay, I'm gonna do something really big like that, or maybe you're gonna go even bigger. You know, let's say it was a big trout or something and you want to go really close up like that. So this tells you how it's going to look like in the frame. So you would send that to me and I could print it for you so that you'd have a nice visual reference. And if you want to play around with this with different backgrounds on here, you could do that, or other subjects if you're bringing multiple subjects in. So we would do that, set that document up in Photoshop, and then we'll print that and work from that, okay? So that's our next assignment. Come up with some great ideas. I want you to big, bold, and beautiful painting.